Parents, this is going to be really, really, really hard to hear, but we have to stop fucking up our kids. The old industrial era, the old way of investing, the old ecosystem of going to school, getting a job, getting a 401k and health insurance and safety. That whole model is getting smashed. There's a reason why there's only 294,000 millionaire accounts in Fidelity, one of the largest 401k holders. Because we've taught our kids to go to school, trade time for money, to get an education that's subsidized by the government, and when the government got involved, it got really expensive, to have $100,000 in debt, to get a job just to make enough money to maybe keep up with inflation. Now, I'm not talking about someone going to school to be a doctor or a lawyer or a specific trade like that. But if you don't rewire the foundation, your kids are going to repeat that indoctrination. The American dream is dead, guys. If you haven't noticed, the American dream is dead. Our government has ran our system into the ground. They're buried in debt. If we were the government, we'd be bankrupt. So you have to start rewiring the foundation. You have to understand the middle class is getting wiped out, leverage towards technology, working down to the working poor. So number one is you need to, as a parent, start studying how money flows through the system and understand that the 1% of the population will always control 97% of the wealth. That the money always ends up in the same hands. Let me give you some examples. Yes, they gave us $2,000 stimulus checks during the pandemic. They printed fake money that goes into your bank account. And that $2,000 that was printed that went into your bank account, they took that money and lent it 9 times over to the next person walking in. They put it into the capital markets and they insured that wealth. It's basically a Ponzi scheme. So if you're teaching your kids to go to school, bury themselves in debt, to try to get a good, safe job, and they get out and barely make any money, they're not doing what they love, you're setting it up for depression, for anxiety, for the world that we live in right now. So number one, as a parent, I would highly recommend reading the book Think and Grow Rich. Number two is study Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Learn how to get on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. Number three, dive into Richest Man in Babylon. You should be teaching your kids every single time they get income to invest in themselves first and to multiply that money. Number four, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. All those books conceptually, 3 of them specifically, teach you that money is currency. That is a frequency. It's an energy. You get paid at the level of value you provide. And if you have a bad relationship with money, you're teaching your kids to trade time for money, they will always be enslaved by time. So learn how to take your money to free up time. And once you free up time, do the things you love to raise your frequency. And once you raise your frequency and you rewire the foundation, find other people with skills that can expand that ecosystem. It's exactly what I've done over the past 4 years, completely transformed my family's life, and now it's bleeding down into my kids. So parents, stop fucking up your kids. Stop leading them down a path that's going to keep them depressed, stressed, trading time for money, and absolutely hating the job that they have. Let them express who they are. Tap into that. Inspire them. Support them. And I guarantee you, in the next 10 years, they can be paid for who they are. It's exactly the ecosystem I built. Every business I have created is based on who I am as a person. I don't focus on money, I focus on energy and frequency. And I'm so happy and grateful for the money that comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. God rest Bob Proctor's soul. So parents, let's stop fucking up our kids. Let's rewire our foundation so we can shift the generation. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Let's go. Love you guys.